Welcome, high school baseball fans, to FSPN's coverage of South Florida high school baseball. I'm Uncle Muggs. I'll be bringing you the play-by-play today, and we have a good one here from Westland Gardens Park between the visiting Somerset Academy Panthers that are led by their head coach, Juan Mora. The home team, the Mater Academy Lions, are led by their head coach, Humberto Bencomo. We should have a good one today. There's two left-handed pitchers on the mound. For the visiting Panthers, it's Kareem Ammer, and he's a junior left-handed pitcher. For the home team, the Mater Lions, we have Anthony Rodriguez, and he's a senior left-handed pitcher, and we should have a good one today. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Florida State Tentless Termite Treatment, and we're going to come right back with the starting lineups and your defense right here on FSPN. Welcome, South Florida high school baseball fans, to FSPN's coverage of South Florida high school baseball. We're at the Lion Den, the home of the Mater Academy Lions, and they're taking on the visiting team, the Somerset Academy Panthers, that are led by their head coach, Juan Mora. The head coach for the home team, the Mater Lions, is Humberto Bencomo, and we should have a good one here today. We have two left-handed pitchers on the mound. The starter for the Mater Academy Lions is the senior left-handed pitcher, Anthony Rodriguez. The starting lineup for the visiting Somerset Academy Panthers is Juan Mora. He's the leadoff batter. He'll be playing center field. He'll be followed by Alan Sanchez. He's the shortstop. The third batter is Meyer Cabrera. He'll be doing the catching. The fourth batter is Christian Cordero. He'll play first base. Chris Rodriguez will play second base, and he'll be followed by Eric Vasquez. He'll be playing third base. The seventh batter is Matthew Farinas, and he's in right field. Diego Casanova is the DH, and Hector Sanchez rounds out the Somerset Academy lineup, and he'll be playing left field. I'm Uncle Muggs. I'll be bringing you the play-by-play today, and I just want to mention that this game is brought to you by Florida State Tentless Termite Treatment. Later on in the broadcast, I'll give you a phone number and a website on how to get a hold of our friends over at Florida State Tentless Termite. We expect a good battle here today between the Mater Academy Lions and the visiting Somerset Panthers. Now we have a chance. Let's go over the defense real quick for the Mater Academy Lions. The batter is going to be Anthony Rodriguez. He's a left-handed pitcher. Behind the plate, it's Andy Castillo. Playing first base, it's Brian Fernandez. The senior, Iker Noguera, is at second base. The junior, Yodelkis Quevedo's playing shortstop. Alfred Rosario gets the start today at third base. Jonathan Esponda is in left field. Dylan Fernandez is in center field, and the senior right fielder, Hootie La Rosa, rounds out the defense for your Mater Academy Lions. And we're about to get underway, and it should be a good one. It's a beautiful night for baseball here at the Lions Den, home of the Lions, Westland Gardens Park, and we're about to get underway. The Panthers of Somerset Academy are coming into the Lions' Den with a record of 4 wins and 2 losses. They beat A.B. Carroll. They beat Schoolhouse Prep in Sunset. Then they lost 2 to American Heritage. And they beat McCarthy. They lost to Mater Lakes. And their next game will be, actually they have 3 games in a row. Deerfield Beach. They played Doral, Coral Springs Charter, and American High. And we're about to get underway. Let's bring up the scoreboard and get this one started. First pitch is a ball outside to John Mora, the center fielder. There's a better look at your center fielder, Mora. Count goes 2-0 to the leadoff batter. And once again, we got lucky. Another beautiful night, beautiful evening for baseball. Slight breeze, about 75 degrees. It's a perfect day for baseball here in Hialeah Gardens. There's a curveball over for strike 1. Mora will be followed by the shortstop, Alan Sanchez, who's on deck. Nice crowd on hand, boisterous crowd from the visiting Panthers that made their way across the border here in Broward County, not too far away. But I like it when the Dade County teams play the Broward County teams. It makes things a little bit more interesting. You're not playing the same old teams every week. 3-1 now to the leadoff batter. Rodriguez sets, and that's going to be a free pass. The Panthers will have their first runner aboard, and that'll bring up Alan Sanchez, the shortstop. High and inside is the first pitch to Alan Sanchez, and he takes that for a ball. Runner on first base is Mora. Rodriguez is coming from the stretch. And he's a tall, big lefty. He can really bring it. I mean, he's got some zip to that fastball. We just saw a nice off-speed pitch. We just got to see him get it over the plate a little bit more. The 2-0 pitch is in there for a strike. Here's the 2-1 from Rodriguez, and that one swung on and fouled right out of the mitt. Andy Castillo's behind the play. And there goes the runner. Castillo throws to the first base side, and Mora's going to get into second base rather easily. The Panthers are the second consecutive team to cross the border from Broward County. Yesterday we had the Archbishop McCarthy Mavericks come in here, and we're going to take a little break here because Yodelquis Quevedo has just come off the field for some reason. We'll be right back with more right after this. Thanks for watching FSPN. Welcome back to Hialeah Gardens, everyone. After a brief timeout to check something I think that went into Yodelquis Quevedo's eye on the steal of second base by John Mora, he seems to be okay now. He's back out on the field. We're going to continue the at-bat to the second batter, Alan Sanchez, and he's got a full count. Full count now to the second batter, the shortstop Sanchez, and he slaps one into right field. Hootie La Rosa's there to get it. The runners can advance, and that'll be the first out of the inning. Meyer Cabrera is the catcher. He's the third batter for these Panthers, and he'll be followed by the first baseman, Christian Cordero. No score, top of the first inning. You're watching FSPN from Westland Gardens Park on a beautiful Friday afternoon, Friday evening. We have a good matchup between a Broward County team and a team from Hialeah Gardens, the Mater Academy Lions. There's a pickoff attempt. Mora gets back easily. There's a look at Cabrera. He'll be doing the catching today behind the plate. And there goes Mora. No, he looked like he was going to steal. Meyer Cabrera, right-handed hitter. There's a pickoff attempt. And that goes right through the glove of Noguera and into center field. That will be an error on the second baseman. Not the way you want to start the game here. Last night was a little bit sloppy for the Lions. They had 3 errors in 2 innings. They had 2 runners get picked off. But they turned it around and scored 7 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning and beat the visiting Mavericks. They beat them 11-5. Mavericks, Stallions, I get my horses mixed up. Right now it's 2-0 to the catcher, Cabrera. There's one in there for a strike. Cordero's on deck. He'll be ready to face Anthony Rodriguez, who puts one in the dirt. A nice stop behind the plate by Castillo. Rodriguez needs a big out here. A strikeout would be nice. And the 3-2 upstairs, and he gives him a free pass. We're going to have Panthers in the corners for the 4th batter, Christian Cordero. Bring up Christian Cordero, the first baseman. We have a pinch runner that came in for Cabrera, the catcher, courtesy runner. And let's see if head coach Juan Mora puts that runner in motion here. Rodriguez with a needed strike there. Rodriguez looking for a strikeout or a friend. And I don't mean a Facebook friend. I mean the pitcher's best friend, a double play. There goes the runner. Swing and a miss for strike 3. There'll be 2 outs, but the Panthers will have runners on second and third base for the dangerous Chris Rodriguez. For these visiting Panthers of Somerset Academy, led by head coach Juan Mora. And there's a swing and a ground ball foul of third base. Pitcher for these Mater Academy Lions trying to limit the damage here in the top of the first inning with no score and runners on second and third base. And there's a ground ball hit to Quevedo at shortstop. A nice hop. He goes over to Fernandez for the third out. No damage done. The Panthers are going to leave 2. They get none. We head to the bottom of the first inning, and your Mater Academy Lions are coming up to bat, and you're watching FSPN. Welcome back to Westland Gardens Park for some high school baseball, some South Florida high school baseball between the visiting Panthers of Somerset Academy that are led by head coach Juan Mora and the home team, the Mater Academy Lions, that are led by Humberto Bencomo. And we have 2 lefties on the mound today. Kareem Amir is the left-handed junior. He'll be the starting pitcher for these Panthers. And we head to the bottom of the first inning. And while we have a chance, let's go over the defense for the visiting Panthers. Like we mentioned, Kareem Ammer is the starting pitcher. Behind the plate is Meyer Cabrera. Playing third base is Eric Vasquez. Playing shortstop is Alan Sanchez. Next to him at second base, it's Chris Rodriguez. Christian Corderos at first base. Matthew Farinas, the junior, is in right field. Next to him, it's John Mora. He's also a junior, and he's in center field. The sophomore Hector Sanchez rounds out the defense for the visiting Panthers. While we have a minute, let's go through the starting lineup for the home team, the Mater Academy Lions, who bring a 3-5 record into this game. And they're going to lead off with Iker Noguera, and he'll be playing second base. He's a senior. He'll be followed by Jonathan Espanda, the left fielder, and he's a junior. Yodelquis Quevedo will be playing shortstop and batting third, and he's a junior. The senior will be the DH and fourth batter, Brian Arieta. Dylan Fernandez is in center field. Brian Fernandez is playing first base today, and he's batting sixth. He'll be followed by Alfred Rosario, who gets the start at third base today, and he's a senior. And the eighth batter is Judy La Rosa, and he'll be playing right field. And Andy Castillo is the catcher, and he'll be batting ninth. And let's hope that these Mater Academy bats don't wake up like they did last night, especially if you're a Panther fan, because they really turned it on after the fifth inning. I mean, everybody was hitting. Even the bat boy got a couple hits. The leadoff batter, Iker Noguera, had a couple hits he got walked twice last night. Got hit by a pitch, and he'll be facing the crafty lefty who gets the first pitch over for a strike. Kareem Ammer. Quick worker, gets the ball back from Cabrera and wants to throw it back in. Bottom of the first, no score. First licks here for the Mater Academy Lions as Noguera steps out. Amir and Cabrera finally come to an agreement on what pitch to throw. The 0-1 to Noguera swung on. Here's a little ground ball to the infield. And that sneaks through for the first hit of the night for the Mater Academy or for anybody. The Lions left fielder Jonathan Espanda, the Miami-Dade commit, steps into the box batting from the right side. with a runner on first base who got there by a walk off the starting pitcher, Kareem Amir. There's a look at Humberto over there at third base. He's in his 5th year here now at Mater Academy. They've won the district 3 years in a row. Finally to the plate, and Esponda looks at that one low for ball 1. It's an off-speed pitch over for a strike. Guerra's on first. There's no outs, bottom of the 2nd inning in a scoreless game from Westland Gardens Park, and you're watching FSPN. A good move there, and there's one drilled into center field. Mora's going back, and he's got plenty of room. Noguera goes halfway, and now he goes back, and there's going to be one out for the third batter, Yodelkis Quevedo. In the box right now is the big right-hander, the FSU commit, wearing number 99, Yodelkis Quevedo, with a runner on first base in the likes of Aker Noguera. Boy, Amir really likes to throw to first base. I think he's thrown over there 4 or 5 times in the last 5 minutes. Let's see if Bencomo sends Noguera with the left-handed pitcher. And there he goes. A high pitch goes off Cabrera's glove. And there goes Noguera. The speedy Noguera is going to make it into third base. A high throw, and wow, what a grab over there by Eric Vasquez. He had to go up in the air. But on a pass ball or a wild pitch, the hustling Noguera makes it all the way to third base, and now the home team, the Lions, have a legitimate scoring opportunity with their big dog up, the shortstop, Yodelkis Quevedo. At first base, and that one's hit high and deep. And if there's room over there, here comes the shortstop, Sanchez, and he runs out of room. There's a look at Humberto and Noguera over at third base. You don't want to make a mistake to this guy. Not tonight. These bats are hot for the Lions. Let's see if they continue that way. Amir's pitch is taken outside for ball 2. I'm one of those that are anxious to see one leave the yard. And this would be a great moment for that to happen. Amir comes set. Here's the payoff pitch. Swung on and slapped foul. That was a rocket. It's a big test here for Amir. He gets a sign from Cabrera behind the plate. With 3-2 count, something's got to give. He keeps shaking his head no. They go through the signs. Quevedo calls time. I call time. He just took way too long. Cordero's about even with the bag over at first base. Rodriguez is playing him up the middle. Sanchez is playing him to pull. And Eric Vasquez knows that this guy can pull the ball. The 3-2 swung on and missed low and away. Maybe a little out of the strike zone. It's going to be 2 outs now, and it's going to bring up the fourth batter, Brian Arrieta. On the mound, it's Kareem Amir. Your batter is Brian Arrieta. He's the Iowa Southwest commit. And last night he had 3 RBIs. Let's hope that he stays hot. That one gets away from Cabrera, but not far enough for the speedy Noguera to score. Even though he did make it all the way to first base, to third base from first base on a pass ball. That one didn't get too far away from Cabrera, so he's got to put the brakes on. Arrieta seeing the ball well. He's starting to drive the ball well. He'll be followed by Dylan Fernandez, the center fielder, who had 3 hits last night. The pitch from Amir is in and gets away from Cabrera, but not far enough again. Amir checks with Cabrera, and here's the 2-0. And it'll go to 3-0 to the catcher. I'm sorry, to the DH. You can see him at catcher sometimes. He plays first base, but today he's the DH, Brian Arrieta. 3-0. That one gets away from Cabrera, and we're going to have our first run of the night for the home team, the Lions. And that's the way you want to scratch and claw and roar for a first run of the game. Dylan Fernandez is the center fielder. He steps in. He's been red hot. 3 hits last night, few RBIs. Arrieta's on first base. Brian Fernandez is on deck. First pitch is up and in for ball one. The bottom of the second inning for the first inning for the home team. And that one swung on and hit the third base. He's going to go to first and get the out by a lot. So the Lions are going to leave one, but they're going to get one, and we're going to head to the top of the second inning with your score, the home team 1-0, and you're watching FSPN. Thanks for watching, everyone.
You're watching the Florida Sports Programming Network.
Welcome back, everyone, to Hialeah Gardens, to Westland Gardens Park for some South Florida high school baseball between the Panthers of Somerset Academy that are led by their head coach, Juan Mora, and the home team, the Mater Academy Lions, that are led by Humberto Bencomo. It's 1-0 as we head to the top of the second inning. Two lefties on the mound. And today's broadcast is brought to you by Florida State Tentless Termite. Are termites creeping into your home? Don't wait for the damage to start. Protect your home with Florida Tentless Termite treatments. Forget about the hassle of tenting or evacuating your home. The tentless treatment means that no disruption to your life, no need to leave your home, and no mess. Just fast and effective protection. Florida State Tentless Solution is eco-friendly, pet-friendly, safe for your family, and targets termites right where they live, deep inside your home. So call our friends at 305-669-9292 or visit their website at www.woodtermite.com and schedule your appointment. And if you tell them that you heard about them on this broadcast, they will give you an extra 10% off. So there's nothing better than getting rid of the termites, and there's nothing better than not having that tent all over your house and stuff everywhere and chemicals. Call our guys over at Florida State Termite. We're going to come now to the second inning, the top of the second inning, and the Panthers are going to send up their 6th, 7th, and 8th batter in the likes of Eric Vasquez, Matthew Farinas, and Diego Casanova. If anybody gets on base, it's the last batter, Hector Sanchez, the left fielder, and the first pitch from Rodriguez is taken for a ball high. Anthony Rodriguez is a lefty for Mater Academy, and he looks in. He gets his sign from Castillo. And that's an easy take for Eric. He's going to make his way down to first base with another free pass. That's the third walk issued, and that is going to... Yep, pitching coach comes out. I think that's Tito Rodriguez. He's the brother of Ivan Rodriguez, the catcher Pudge. And I heard that Pudge might be watching this. So, Ivan Rodriguez, if you're watching, we're a big fan of yours. Thanks for watching FSPN. You're watching your brother do a great job. He's a well-liked and well-respected coach here at Mater, and we hope to have him around for a very, very long time. He's a great asset to the program. So, thank you, Ivan, for watching. And I think he's down in Puerto Rico. We're going to keep it here for this break. Actually, they're taking too long. We'll be right back after this. Thanks for watching FSPN. After a brief mound visit from Ivan Rodriguez's brother, Tito Rodriguez, Jose Tito Rodriguez, he's on the staff here at Mater, and he told me that Ivan and his mom are down in Puerto Rico, and they are watching FSPN. They're watching their brother on the staff here at Mater Academy. The leadoff man, Eric Vasquez, and a delayed steal because it popped out of Castillo's glove. Vasquez is going to make it to second base easily. We're in the top of the second inning in a 1-0 game in favor of the home team. Starting pitcher, the lefty, Anthony Rodriguez, has not been as sharp as he'd like. He's walked 3 batters, and he's faced 6. The corners are coming in. Rosario's creeping in. Fernandez is creeping in. He squares the bunt, and he bunts it right in front of the plate. Rodriguez picks it up and sidearms it over to Noguera, who's covering first base for the first out, but the runner advances to third. And that'll bring up Diego Casanova. Casanova's a junior batting from the right side. He'll be facing Anthony Rodriguez with the infield in. And the Lions trying to cut out a run at home plate. First pitch is over, an off-speed pitch for a strike. There's a look at the infield from Roberto Bencomo. And he needs this lefty to get on track and to get going, but now. Can't wait around. We can't give him a lot of runs. Been 3 walks already. The 0-1 is swung on and hit a ground ball to the infield, and he's going to come home with it. And they're going to call him out. Nice tag there by Castillo. Nice throw. And there's going to be 2 outs now in the top of the second inning. And it'll bring up Hector Sanchez, the left fielder. I think they got it together after 3 errors yesterday. I'm sure they got a talking to. I'm sure they gave him what's called un jalón de oreja. They got things together today. See if Casanova goes. The lefty catches the corner and starts him off with a strike. 2 outs, top of the second, 1-0 your score. Runner on first base is Diego Casanova. Your batter is Hector Sanchez, the right fielder. And they're facing Anthony Rodriguez, the lefty. He steps over and fires to first, not in time. A lot of good arms on this team. They have Vladdy Balopina, Alfred Rosario. We saw Gabo last night gobble up some innings and really shut it down. That's Gabriel Gandillo. We also saw Hudi La Rosa throw some innings. And they got a good rotation here. There's a snap throw and does get away from Fernandez, but not far enough. Snap back throw by Andy Castillo. Quick release, but he threw it on the wrong side of Fernandez. There's Casanova and Fernandez on first base. So with 2 outs, they want to get the last batter here, Sanchez. They don't want to face John Moore, the leadoff batter. Rodriguez takes his time. Now he delivers a swing and a miss and dropped at the plate. Castillo, did he get a piece of it? They're going to call him out. That's going to be it. The Panthers are going to leave 1. They get none, and we're going to head to the bottom of the second inning with your score 1-0 from Westland Gardens Park, and you're watching FSPN.
You're watching Miami-Dade and Broward County High School Baseball on the Florida Sports Programming Network. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Instagram for a list of upcoming events. And every Sunday, it's Inside the Park, the weekly recap show with your host, Chappie Castillo and Uncle Muggs.
Welcome back to Westland Gardens Park for FSPN's coverage of South Florida high school baseball. And we have an inter-county game between the visiting Somerset Academy Panthers and the home team, the Matter Lions, that are up 1-0 here at the bottom of the second inning. The Lions are going to send up their 6th, 7th, and 8th hitter in the likes of Brian Fernandez, Alfred Rosario, and Heudy La Rosa. If anyone gets on, it's the catcher Castillo. And standing in the plate now is the red-hot Brian Fernandez, coming off of a 3-hit night against the Mavericks of McCarthy last night. Swings at the first pitch, which is a breaking ball, a vicious breaking ball there from Kareem Ammer, who is the lefty for these Panthers. Behind the plate is Mayor Cabrera. Quickly the count goes to 0-1. There's another slow breaker. I mean, that looked like a 12-6, and it froze Fernandez. See if Fernandez can put something in play here and get something started for the Lions. They're going to need base runners. They're going to have to put some pressure on these Panthers. Just a little bit outside. Makes the count 2-1. The visiting Panthers are wearing the light blue tops with the white pants. Count goes to 2-2. It's that North Carolina light blue, nice looking uniforms. The home team are wearing their hunter green tops with the white letters and the white pants with the pinstripes. And that's a good look also. Nice baseball look. Kareem Amir And that one skied to center field. Actually, the shortstop, Sanchez, is calling for it, and he'll make the play in shallow left field for the first out. Seventh batter, the third baseman, Alfred Rosario. Very versatile player, can play all the infield positions, and he's a spectacular pitcher. I mean, he's a strikeout guy. He pitched last night. He got 7 strikeouts. He wasn't his sharpest, but the Matter Lions got a W over the Mavericks of McCarthy. They better their record to 3-5. They're looking for a win here tonight and keep things going. Last week they were up in Georgia and they lost 2 one-run games, but to some very, very quality teams. Rosario swings at that off-speed pitch. Amir, not super powerful. We've seen 2-3 breaking balls in a row. And he's ahead in the count here to Rosario, 0-2. Rosario stays alive with the foul ball to the right side. Amir looks into Cabrera, the 1-2. Check swing, and the umpire says, you went far enough. I'm going to ring you up. There's going to be 2 strikes. That's the second strikeout for Kareem Amir. It's going to bring up Heldy La Rosa. He's the senior right fielder. He's a Miami-Dade commit. And again, another versatile player on this Lions team. La Rosa can play left field. He can play right field. And he's also an excellent, very competitive pitcher. We saw him in the game versus Florida Christian a couple Saturdays ago. And even though they lost, La Rosa looked very sharp on the mound. Boy, that's another nice, wicked curveball from Amir. And from the left side, it looks even nastier. 2 outs, bottom of the second, 1-0 your score. There's a rare fastball and missed. Haven't seen too many of those coming out of the sleeve of Amir. He's starting to get ahead in the count. Amir's settling in here a little quicker than Rodriguez. Tries to paint the corner outside and misses. La Rosa had some good swings last night. We're waiting for him to break out. He'll be followed by the catcher, Castillo, and there's strike 3. So 2 out of 3 are striked out by Amir. We're going to head to the top of the third. Your score is 1-0 from Westland Gardens Park with the home team winning. And you're watching FSPN. Thanks for joining us, everyone. You're watching FSPN's coverage of South Florida high school baseball between a team from Broward County, the Panthers of Somerset Academy, and the home team, the Matter Lions. It's a 1-0 game. We're heading to the top of the third inning. Both starting pitchers are still in the game. The lefty, Anthony Rodriguez, he's a senior. He's on the bump for these Matter Academy Lions. And I just want to mention real quick that this is brought to you by Florida State Tentless Termite Treatment. If you want to get rid of the termites that are creeping around your house, don't wait for that damage to start. Protect your home with termite treatments. Call our friends at 305-669-9292. I'm Uncle Muggs. I'm bringing you the play-by-play today. It's my absolute pleasure to have you here with us. I hope you're comfortable. This seems like a good game, and I'm really excited to bring you about 30 more games this season. We should have a good time. So far, it's been crazy. We've had some extra inning games. We've been down to the Keys. We had a good one here last night, a 10-inning game a couple of weeks ago. And right now, the starting pitcher for the Lions, Anthony Rodriguez, he's going to face John Mora. John was walked his first time up. Anthony starts him off with a ball. He's trying to find his groove here. Both lefties are trying to find their groove. Amir for the Panthers seems to have gotten in the groove. He struck out 2 out of the 3 batters in the last half inning. Rodriguez trying to do the same here. There's a nice off-speed pitch. Very similar, these two pitchers. They rely on a curveball and a slider rather than a fastball. So whoever's sharper today is going to be more difficult to hit. So Mora stands in from the left side. Rodriguez steps off. Here's the 2-1 to Mora. Inside for a strike to even the count at 2-2. But we're all going to have to live with that call. Here's the 2-2 from Rodriguez. That one's way inside, no doubt about that one. It's going to bring the count full. Boy, just missed that one. Rodriguez really wanted that. He's going to walk Mora for the second time tonight. Sanchez steps in, and he can handle the bat well. Mora with good speed at first base. Nice stop behind the plate from Castillo. Mora creeps off. Now the throw over. Rosario's going to come in and talk to his pitcher and say, if he wants to go, let him go. Let Castillo throw him out. But you got to stop throwing at first base, or we're going to be here till midnight. 1-0. Top of the third. Second batter up for the Panthers. It's the shortstop Sanchez. Mora's on first. And I think he's getting to Rodriguez because he let that one go outside. 2-0. The Somerset fans are getting a little loud now. They want something to happen here. They know they have a good batter up at the plate, a fast runner on first base, a pitcher that's not as sharp as he'd like to be. Those are all ingredients for something to happen in favor of the Panthers. Mora goes. No, he fakes like he goes. I tell you, I think he's got Rodriguez's number. He's got Rodriguez rattled. He's acting like he's running off the base. Let's split the screen and see if we can look at what I'm describing. And Mora's just being he's being very jerky over there. He's acting like he's going to go, and 3-0 the count now to the second batter. Somebody give this guy some cheese because this cat and mouse game is driving me nuts. I mean, just let him go to second already. That's how I feel. But here's the 3-0. We can probably get a double play out of this on a hard hit ground ball to the infield. Noguera and Guerrero, your double play combination. And there's a strike call to make the count 3-1. Let's see if Mora goes. Now the count goes full. Been a long at bat here. I'm going to need a colada just to stay awake. I hope you have a beverage next to you and you're sitting in a comfortable spot. I'm really excited to bring you this game and a few more. I mean, we have the rest of the month of what's left. And there goes Mora. Ball 4 to Sanchez. Mora gets dirty for nothing. He would have made it there walking. And look who's walking. It's Tito Rodriguez, and he has the hook. We're going to take a quick break here from Westland Gardens Park. We're going to come back with some more South Florida high school baseball, and you're watching Welcome back, high school baseball fans, to the Lion Den at Westland Gardens Park, home of the Mater Academy Lions, where we have a pitching change. The starter, Anthony Rodriguez, was a little bit inconsistent, and he was replaced by the right-hander, Gerald Barcelo, who you see warming up right now. Your score is 1-0. We're in the top of the third inning. The two runners on base will be inherited by Barcelo. They were both walked by Rodriguez. So we can't close the book on him yet, but I can tell you that he walked 4 batters, struck out 2. Didn't give up any runs. Didn't give up any hits either, but he just wasn't consistent enough for head coach Bencomo. He had enough of that. And here comes Barcelo to try to put out the fire here in the top of the third inning. So far it's been a pretty even, game. A couple mistakes here and there, some bad throws, some wild pitches. And your score is 1-0. The base runners are John Mora. He's on second base. Alan Sanchez is on first base. And the batter is the third batter, Meyer Cabrera. He's the catcher, and he got on base by a walk. Surprisingly enough, in the first inning, he also stole a base. So there's a look at Cabrera, batting from the left-hand side. Where's Dan Marino's number? 13. Barcelo goes to work. Starts off with a swinging strike for a foul ball at the plate. Good look at the catcher. Good look at the Mater Academy bench back there. Corners are in for the Lions. There's a slider in there for a strike. A good pitch, good competitive first two pitches from Barcelo. That's the way to keep your team in this ball game. Just throw strikes. Let things happen. You have a good defense behind you. The right side, it's Fernandez and Noguera. They creep back now behind the base with two strikes. There's one inside and it gets away from Castillo. The runners are going to advance. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the third batter, the catcher Meyer Cabrera, in a 1-0 game from Westland Gardens Park. And that one just flat out hits him. That wasn't even close. Barcelo's going to load the bases now for the dangerous fourth batter, Christian Cordero, who struck out his last time up. Top of the third inning, leading by 1. Fernandez is at first base, playing way behind the runner. Now he creeps in. Let's see if they're going to cut out a run coming home. Cordero stands in from the right side with the bases loaded, down 1-0, no outs, top of the third to face the new pitcher Barcelo, who steps off and he says, "Castillo, come over here. I need to talk to you a little bit about this sign stuff." Guerrero and Noguera are back. They're in double play depth. Now Barcelo's ready. And there's one that's slapped to the right side. It's going to fall in front of La Rosa. 1 run is going to score. There's going to be a play at the plate. No, it's going to get cut off. Runners are going to go to first and third. And there goes the lead. It's 2-1 now in favor of the Panthers with nobody out in the top of the third inning. So a base hit to right field for Cordero. 2 RBIs. Mora and Sanchez are going to score. And it's going to bring up the second baseman, Chris Rodriguez. 2 runs on the board for the visiting Panthers, who are now up 2-0 with no outs. Runners in the corners. See if Cordero goes. That one gets away from Castillo, and there goes Cordero. The throw's to third. Wow, that's a close play. Umpire says he's safe. Barcelo needs to stay competitive here and get a couple outs. Throws that one into the backstop. It's going to be 3-0. Cabrera scores. Actually, the courtesy runner for Cabrera scores. And Cordero's going to make it to third. Story's very easy in this ball game between the Panthers and the Lions. Inconsistent pitching from the Lions. Now the infield is in, trying to cut a runner off on third. It's 3-1, and there's one that's hit and thrown across to Bryan for the second out. The runners are going to hold. Now there's 2 outs. Actually, 1 out. Top of the third. It'll bring up Eric Vasquez, the third baseman, the senior. Right-handed batter, right-handed pitcher. Boy, and that gets away from Castillo. I'll tell you what, if these catchers can just catch, the pitchers can throw. I mean, this is not a complicated game, folks. Just throw strikes, get to first base, turn left. It's very easy. I think he got crossed up, and now Castillo's just frustrated. Coach Bencomo's frustrated with this. There's been some sloppy play the last couple nights, and they're going to have to rely on the bats to come through and just blow this away because it's 4-1. Things aren't looking good for the Lions. 1 out, top of the third, 4-1 here from Hialeah Gardens. Easy take there. The ball that's 6 feet up in the air. Runner on first base. And if you're a Lions fan, this is getting a little bit frustrating. There's 1 out. It's going to bring up Farinas. He's the right fielder. Runner on first, one out. Top of the third, 4-1. Parinas is the right fielder. Barcelo's the pitcher. First pitch swinging. Needs a big strikeout here. Or maybe a double play. That might even be better. Lions can get out of this inning and start chipping away. There's the 0-2. Called strike three. Big strikeout there for Barcelo on a nice curveball. The batter for the visiting Somerset Panthers is Diego Casanova. He's a right-handed hitter. He was on base by fielder's choice last inning. Your score is 4-1. We're in the top of the third at the home of the Lions. Let's see which one of these two cats is going to come out victorious today. 2 balls and 1 strike to the DH. And there goes Cordero, and there's a fly ball. Coming in on it is Dillon, and he's going to make the third out of the inning in a big sigh of relief. Your score is 4-1 in favor of the visiting Panthers. We're going to head to the bottom of the third and see if these Lions can wake up and get the bats going. You're watching FSPN from Hialeah Gardens. Don't go anywhere, folks.
You're watching the Florida Sports Programming Network.
Welcome back to Westland Gardens Park in Hialeah Gardens, where it's the home of the Lions, the Matter Lions. They're the home team today, and they're taking on the Broward County team of the Somerset Academy Panthers that are leading here 4-0 in a game that started 2 left-handed pitchers. The pitcher for the Matter Academy Lions was a little inconsistent. He was taken out after 2 innings and replaced by Gerald Barcelo. The lefty for the Panthers, Kareem Ammer, he's still in there, and he has 3 strikeouts. He's going to face the 9th batter, Andy Castillo, and then it'll be the leadoff batter, Iker Noguera, and then it's Jonathan Esponda, followed by Yodelkis Quevedo. And this broadcast today has been brought to you by Florida State Termite Treatment. And if you have termites creeping in your home, don't wait for the damage to start. Protect your home with Florida tentless termite treatments. Forget about the hassle of tenting or evacuating your home. The tentless treatment means no disruption of your life. No need to leave your home. No mess, just fast and effective protection. Florida State tentless solution is eco-friendly, pet-friendly, safe for your family, and targets termites right where they live, deep inside of your house. If you mention that you heard this ad on FSPN's coverage of high school baseball, they will give you an extra 10% discount. Call them now, 305-669-9292. Summer's just around the corner, and that's when it's termite season. Get on board and get these treatments done to your house. Welcome to FSPN's coverage of high school baseball. Let's bring up the scoreboard. I've walked around my chair. I lit up a couple candles here in the booth to see if I can get some good vibes for these Matter Academy Lions. It worked yesterday. First pitch is taken, strike from Andy Castillo, the catcher. He wears number 45, bats righty. He'll be followed by Iker Noguera. And then it's Jonathan Esponda. Quickly in the hole, 0-2. Amir winds and deals, and there's a base hit. No, hit into left field high. Coming in on it is Sanchez, and he makes the play easily. That ball looked a little lower than what it was, but it hung up in the air long enough for Sanchez to come in and make a play on it. So 1 out here in the bottom of the third. The second baseman, the leadoff batter, number 50, Iker Noguera, and he's playing second base today. He scored the only run of the game in the first inning for the Lions, and they're looking for him to get on board here and get something started for this home team. They desperately need it. This looks like a carbon copy almost of last night's game when the Lions fell behind to the Mavericks. The 2-1 popped up to the infield. Sanchez is calling it, and he makes the play for the second out of the inning. With 2 outs, the Lion batter is Jonathan Esponda. He's playing left field. He flied to center field his first time up, and there's 2 outs On deck is Yodelkis Quevedo. First pitch is inside for a ball. Nobody on, 2 out. Bottom of the third, 4-1 ball game here from Westland Gardens Park. And there's a lazy pop fly into center field. Here comes Mora. The second baseman makes the play for the third out. Boy, nothing across the board, nothing happening for the Lions. We head to the top of the fourth, and your score is 4-1 in favor of the visiting Panthers. And you're watching FSPN.
You're watching Miami-Dade and Broward County High School Baseball on the Florida Sports Programming Network. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Instagram for a list of upcoming events. And every Sunday, it's Inside the Park, the weekly recap show with your hosts, Chappie Castillo and Uncle Muggs.
Welcome back to your favorite channel for high school baseball in South Florida. It's FSPN. I'm Uncle Muggs bringing you the play-by-play on tonight's game between the visiting Panthers of Somerset Academy and the home team, the Matter Academy Lions, that are down by 3 runs. We head to the top of the fourth inning. The Panthers are going to send up Hector Sanchez. He's the left fielder. He'll be followed by the first batter, John Mora. And it's Alan Sanchez, the shortstop. They got to keep Mora off the bases. He's been on base both times tonight. Not very sharp on the mound for these Lion pitchers. They're going to keep Gerald Barcelo in there. Castillo's behind the plate. Your infield is Fernandez, Noguera, Quevedo, and Rosario. The outfield is La Rosa, Fernandez, and Jonathan Espondas in left field. And we start off the top of the fourth inning with the last batter, Hector Sanchez. He's a left fielder. Hector's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And Barcelo needs to settle in and just go to work. Starts off with a ball inside to Sanchez. Lions, and not a lot of hitting. And there's a ground ball that's hit to the left side. Rosario picks it up, goes across the diamond to Brian Fernandez for the first out. And that's what we need. Pitch to contact, stay around the plate so these batters can swing at the ball. He's been walked twice, scored a run, and he's been very pesky on the bases. I mean, he's been giving the pitcher fits. At least Rodriguez, he gave him some, threw over there 4 times in a row to try to get him. So let's see if Barcelo can keep Mora off the bases, as Andy Sanchez is on deck for these Panthers. First pitch from Barcelo's inside, just missed. 3-1 to the center fielder. Swing and foul ball, and now it goes 3-2. Now Barcelo has a chance. He's 1 pitch away from getting the second out. Lost both games by 1 run. Here's the 3-2. It almost hits him, an easy take there for Mora. And here we go again. Mora's on first base for the 3rd time tonight. It's going to bring up Alan Sanchez, the shortstop. And Alan's 0 for 1. He flied to right field and was walked and scored a run. And I'm just going to split this camera right now so you can see what I mean with Mora on base and just being pesky as he can. He draws a throw over to first. And there goes Mora. He's going to get in there. Castillo's throw is high and on the first base side. 1 out, runner on second, top of the 4th, 4-1. And Barcelo throws a fastball right down the middle for a strike. The Panthers are not a bad ball club, but on paper, these Matter Academy Lions are something else. But you got to play the game. There's a pickoff throw. That one hits the glove of Noguera. Pops right out. Shortstop Sanchez, right-handed batter. Here's the 2-2. A little low and away. It's going to fill up the count. Here's a look at Mora. Payoff pitch from Barcelo. Swung on. There's a ground ball to the infield. Quevedo's going to pick it up. Fires across to Fernandez for the second out of the inning, and a big sigh of relief there. I've never been so anxious for a ball to get for an out to be made. I mean, these outs are like, you get one like every 15 minutes, it seems like, with the Lions. So with the runner on third base, the fourth batter comes up, Meyer Cabrera. He's the catcher. He was hit by a pitch, and he walked in his first at-bat and stole the base. John Mora moved over to third on that ground ball. With 2 outs, well, nothing's come easy so far for these Lions. They've had to earn everything. Just missed on the inside in a 4-1 ball game from Westland Gardens Park. 1-1. Easy take there. Let's see if Barcelo can battle back in this at-bat and keep his team in this. And he almost hits him, so another walk. The runners in the corners now with 2 outs. For the dangerous first baseman, the tall, lanky first baseman, Christian Cordero. So we're going to have a courtesy runner come in from the catcher, Cabrera. So when the Matter Lions come up to bat, they're going to have to start hitting the ball and getting runners on base. They need some traffic against the crafty lefty. First pitch strike game in the second inning. And he struck out in his first at-bat against the starter, Anthony Rodriguez, the lefty. Now he's facing Barcelo out of the bullpen. The runner goes. There's a strike called. Just catches the outside corner with a fastball. With 2 outs in the top of the 4th inning in a 4-1 game here at Matter Academy Field, the Lion Den. John Morris still on third base. A base hit hero score him. There's another foul ball back. Reminds me of back in the 70s, the Jerry Lewis walkathon, and that's what this seems like. 8 walks in 3.5 innings. The reliever for the Lions, he's been asked to come in and close the door. He could do that here with a strikeout. There goes the runner once again. Finally, a strikeout. That's going to end the inning. The Panthers are going to leave 2. They're going to get none. We're going to head to the bottom of the 4th inning with the visiting team, the Somerset Academy Panthers, winning 4-1. And remember what channel you're watching, your favorite channel for high school sports. It's FSPN. Thanks for tuning in.
You're watching Miami-Dade and Broward County High School Baseball on the Florida Sports Programming Network. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Instagram for a list of upcoming events. And every Sunday, it's Inside the Park, the weekly recap show with your host, Chappie Castillo and Uncle Muggs.
Welcome back, everyone, to FSPN's coverage of South Florida high school baseball, where we have a Broward County team coming down to Dade. It's the Somerset Academy Panthers that are facing the home team, the Matter Academy Lions. And it's a 4-1 ball game in favor of the visiting team. Coming up to bat for the Lions, it's the big dog, Yodekis Quevedo. He's the shortstop, the FSU commit. He'll be followed by Brian Arieta, the DH. He's an Iowa Southwest commit. And then it's Dylan Fernandez, the center fielder. And if anybody gets on, it's the lefty, Ryan Fernandez. And they're all here to see if they can cash in against Kareem Amir, the junior lefty for these Somerset Panthers, who's been almost flawless. He gave up a leadoff base hit in the first inning to Iker Noguera, and he ended up scoring a run. And after that, it's been 4 fly balls, 3 strikeouts, nothing super exciting. Throw in a walk. Next thing you know, it's 4-1 in favor of the Panthers. 1-1 to Yodelkis. Check swing foul. Here's the 2-2 from Amir. Big swing foul to the right side. Just missed that one. Amir looks into Cabrera, gets his sign. He kicks in the 2-2. Check swing, swung on. The umpire doesn't even check. He says he went around. He doesn't even look at the first base umpire. So Cabello strikes out for the second time in the game. He's the DH today. There's Arieta in the box. This game started at 6:30. It's about 8:15 right now. It's been a slow game, especially when you have 8 walks, a hit batter on the side of the Mater Academy Lions. Let's see if Arieta can get something started here. All we need is a base hit, a walk. We need base runners. Time's called at the plate. It's going to be another 11 o'clock game by the time Uncle Muggs gets home to Kendall. We're at Westland Gardens Park. Here's the first pitch to Arieta, and it's in the dirt low for ball 1. And we have a game at Miami Springs. We're going to see David, and that ball's lifted in the right center field. Matthew Farinos has a beat on it, and he makes the second out of the inning very easily. And Fanshaw's Hawks are 7-0 this season. They've gotten off to one of the best starts in a long time, and probably the best record in Dade County. I think he's the only team that's undefeated. All the other powerhouse team, Douglas has lost a game. True North lost a game or two. They were playing Gulliver today. Braddock was taking on Coral Park. Your batter's Dylan Fernandez, the center fielder, the junior. Takes the first one in the dirt. That's a called strike, a little bit low. Fernandez didn't like that call. He was on his way to first base. Opposing pitchers, because they can really rip the ball. They have 6-7 guys on this team that are committed. They can all hit the ball. There's a 3-1 swung on, and there's a ground ball to the infield. Tough play for Sanchez. He's not going to get him. The diving Fernandez gets away from, but he doesn't go. Cordero goes far enough away to Cordero where Fernandez acted like he was going to go, but now he got all dirty. Came back to the base, but that's what they need. You need base runners. These Lions need a lot of traffic on the bases, and here comes Brian Fernandez, the big lefty. These Lions desperately need to get the bats going. They're off to a tough start, 3-5. They were preseason favorites to make it to Fort Myers. They were my pick, so they're making me look a little bit bad. So I've got my chips on these Lions turning it on. I mean, you can't keep them asleep for this long. Last night we saw a little bit of it. We're hoping to see more of it here tonight against Kareem Ammer. He's been the starter for the Panthers. He's been the story here. Shutting down this powerful Lion lineup, keeping them off balance with curveballs and changeups and sliders, and Mayor Cabrera comes out and talks to him. It's the bottom of the 4th. It's 4-1. It's not hit the panic button yet, but keep your finger on it just in case, we get on upset alert here. But I'm not giving up on the Panthers, on the Lions just yet. The Panthers are going to have to earn it. And Amir wants nothing to do with throwing the ball anywhere in the zone to Fernandez. It's no secret. He can launch it. Alfred Rosario's on deck. He's playing third base today. Here's the 3-0 to Fernandez. Swung on and lifted to left field. A lazy fly ball to Hector Sanchez. Easily makes the out. The Lions leave one. They get none. Your score remains 4-1. We head to the top of the 5th inning with the visitors winning. And you're watching FSPN.
You're watching Miami-Dade and Broward County High School Baseball on the Florida Sports Programming Network. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Instagram for a list of upcoming events. And every Sunday, it's Inside the Park, the weekly recap show with your host, Chappie Castillo and Uncle Muggs.
Welcome back, everyone, to FSPN's coverage of South Florida High School Baseball. We have the Panthers of Somerset Academy have come down to Dade County to take on the home team, the Mater Academy Lions. And so far, the Panthers are biting them. It's 4-1 in the top of the 5th inning. The Lions have Barcelo on the mound. Gerald Barcelo, he's been in there. This is his third inning of work. And he's going to face Chris Rodriguez, the fifth batter for these Panthers. Then it's Eric Vasquez, Matthew Farinas, and if anybody gets on, it's the DH Diego Casanova. 4-1. The story here has been inconsistent pitching. 8 walks, 1 hit batter from Lion pitching. Only giving up 1 hit. Everything else has been gifts. The story of the night. Could be an upset in the making. These Lion bats better wake up. Rodriguez is 0 for 2. He's grounded to shortstop twice. Quickly 2 balls and no strikes. Payoff pitch. Easy take there. Walk number 9 for the Lions. It's going to bring up the second baseman. Actually, we have a pinch hitter now. I think it's Jay Martinez is going to bat. See if he's playing a little bit for one more run here. Trying to squeeze one out. And there goes the runner. And that gets away from Castillo. No, it's a foul ball. Muggs bringing you high school baseball. It's brought to you by Florida State Tentless Termite. And that sounds good. I mean, if you put a tent over your home, you have to leave. You probably got to rent a hotel room somewhere. These guys will come in and put you on a maintenance program and come in there 2 or 3 times a year and spray your house down. You never have to worry about termites ever again. There's a ball hit in the infield. Guerrero gets 1. With 2 outs, a nice double play there by Guerrero. Fortunately, I didn't bring it to you because I was playing around with the cameras too much. There's a swinging first strike. I rarely see that around here. Barcelo looks in. And there's a ground ball to the right side. Fernandez is going to flip over to Barcelo for the 3rd out. The Panthers get none. They leave none. We head to the bottom of the 5th, and it's 4-1, and you are watching the best source that there is for high school baseball in South Florida. You know what it is, FSPN. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. I have a feeling these Lion bats are going to wake up, and you're going to have a good ball game on your hands, and you'll be sorry you missed it if you left. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Westland Gardens Park, where we have a 4-1 ball game between the visiting Panthers of Somerset Academy and the home team, the Lions of Matter. The pitcher has been very effective here. And there's a slap one to the right fielder, Farinas, for the 1st out. La Rosa steps in from the right side for the Matter Lions in the bottom of the 5th with 1 out. Hildy's the Miami-Dade commit. He's a senior. He's trying to get them something started here for these Matter Lions. I don't want to say that Kareem Amir has been unhittable, but he has only given up 2 hits. 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. There's a ball to Hootie. Rosa's out in right field today. Yesterday he got to start at left field. And Amir's a crafty pitcher. I mean, we've seen a few of his breaking balls. Very effective. This Somerset Panther team, he squares the bunt, takes it back, and he takes ball 4. And that's what the doctor ordered. We need some base run. They need to chip away at this lead. Here comes Andy Castillo for the Lions. He's the catcher. And with one out, he's going to have to try to get things going to get through the lineup. The lineup can turn over, and we can get Iker Noguera up there, and Jonathan Espanda, and Yoderkis, and the Fernandezes, and Arieta, and all the big dogs. But it starts right here with the catcher. This is a key at bat for the Lions. Throw over to first. Sanchez and Rodriguez are your double play combination. And there's a ground ball to the right side, slowly hit. Second baseman has to hurry, and he just gets the sliding Castillo. Hootie La Rosa's on second base. First pitch is taking another curveball, starting him off with a strike. Amir's only given up 2 hits. Walked 1. 7 pop-ups. Amir looks into Cabrera again. Takes a peek at Hootie at second. Nice block back there by Cabrera, saving the runners from advancing. It's going to be ball 4. Something going. And we're also going to have a talk to Amir, and we're going to take a quick break. And I want to thank everybody for subscribing, for following us, and for watching. It's my absolute pleasure to do this. Let's see if he stays in the game or not. We'll be right back right after this. After a brief mound visit from Juan Mora, the Somerset Academy Panthers manager, he's going to leave the starter in there. Kareem Amir with runners on first and second. 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th inning, and the score is 4-1 in favor of the visiting Panthers that have crossed the border from Broward to take on the mighty Lions in the Lion Den. There goes Rodriguez for a pickoff. Hootie gets back. There's a good look at Esponda and the lefty. Let's keep it right here, see what happens. 0-2, 2 outs. Amir looking for a strikeout, throws that one up high. They're looking for just a little bit of that right here. The 2-2 swung on and missed. Boy, he got fooled. Another strikeout, a big strikeout for Amir. The Lions are going to leave 2. They get none. We're going to head to the top of the 6th inning with your score 4-1 in favor of the visiting Panthers, and you're watching FSPN. Welcome back, everyone, to Westland Gardens Park, the home of the Matter Lions, and they're facing the visiting Panthers of Somerset Academy, who are winning 4-1 here in the top of the 6th inning. The Matter Lions scored in the first, and it's been nothing but goose eggs. The DH is in the box now for the Panthers. It's Diego Casanova. He'll be followed by Hector Sanchez, the left fielder. And then it's John Mora again, who's been on base all 3 times, and if he gets on, Alan Sanchez, the shortstop, is waiting. And right now the story has been 9 walks, a hit batter, and not a lot of timely hitting from the Lions. Top of the 6th, there's a strike. Barcelo came in for the ineffective Anthony Rodriguez, the big lefty. The senior didn't have all his stuff today. Neither does Barcelo, but, 4-1. Don't hit the panic button, but there's a ground ball to the shortstop. Quevedo throws off balance over to Fernandez at first for the out. It's a big out, first out of the inning. You know this is a game of first. First strike, first out, first run. Didn't work out that way for the Lions. They did score the first run in the bottom of the first, but then they gave up 4 in the top of the 3rd, and that's where we are right now. 4-1 in favor of the Panthers. It's going to send up their last batter, Hector Sanchez. And Hector's grounded to third base, and he's struck out. Lorenzo not only contributes in the top of the order, but he's an excellent defensive shortstop. He's committed to Florida. And this infield is just not right without Lorenzo. Full count, Swing and a miss. A little bit of help there from Sanchez, and there's 2 outs, quick outs, and that's what the Lions need to get back in the dugout and get the bats going. Now here's the key to this game. We need to keep John Morrow off the bases. Barcelo looks into the sign from Castillo. There's another foul ball. Same place almost. Not with that pitch. On deck is Alan Sanchez. He's the shortstop. Barcelo kicks, deals, and there's a ground ball up the middle. Yodekis gets to it, throws across his body a little high to Fernandez, but in time for the 3rd out. And, you could take a deep breath now. They didn't score any runs. They didn't get any base runners. We head to the bottom of the 6th. The score. Welcome back to the bottom of the 6th inning from Westland Gardens Park, and you're watching a good one between the Panthers of Somerset Academy and the home team, the Matter Lions, and you're watching it right here on FSPN, folks. I can't tell you how happy I am for you to watch this. And on Sunday, don't miss Inside the Park. Now, we're not going to be in Key West, but I'm going to have an interview with a coach that's been on fire. I'm not going to tell you who it is, but his team in the last 2 weeks have beaten some big powerhouse teams, and I'm going to leave it at that. I had a meeting with him today, and he's good. We're going to go over there to his field on Saturday. We're going to interview him. Chappie's going to have his player profiles, and he's going to talk about a few up-and-coming players and some notable players in Dade County, and he's going to have that high-def 8K quality video. We're going to recap all of the games that took place. Not all of them, but as many as we can get to. And it's going to be a fun time on Sunday. We film it on Saturday, and we try to have it out early Sunday morning so you can sit back and have your coffee and watch Inside the Park. It's going to be amazing. The leadoff batter here for the Lions in the bottom of the 6th inning is going to be Alexis Quevedo. He'll be followed by the left-handed hitting Brian Arieta. Then it's Dylan Fernandez and Brian Fernandez. This is the heart of the order. Kareem Amir is still out there for the Panthers, and if he wants to earn this, he's got to get through this inning right here. 4-1 lead, only giving up 1 run. And there's one that smacked, off of Sanchez. Goes into left field. What an attempt by Sanchez. Well, he really left his feet. And here's the start of something. And that's how you got to start things off. You got to start off with a leadoff runner. And now you're going to bring up your DH. Arieta. After Arieta, it'll be Dylan Fernandez. And then Brian Fernandez. Throw over to first. Jesus. They got him. They got him in a rundown. And that's the 3rd one in 2 nights. It erases the leadoff runner. And look at the coach. Of course, I'll be down there too, looking at the ants, knowing what's going on with my team. Not even a good move. I mean, if you tell me he's got a crazy move to first, but it wasn't even that good of a move. 1-1 the count to the Iowa Southwest commit. Brian Arieta. Then he grounds one to the right side. Scooped up by Cordero. Throws it over to Amir. That's going to be the 2nd out. Let's see how long that battery lasts. There's 2 outs now, bottom of the 6th inning. Fernandez has a base hit. He grounded a shortstop his first time at bat. He had 2 doubles yesterday. He actually had 2 hits in 1 inning. Dylan needs to hit a 3-run homer here with nobody on base. That curveball is taken for a ball. There's one hit on the ground to the left side. It's picked up by the 3rd baseman, Vasquez, and he throws over for the 3rd out. The Lions get none. They leave none. We head to the top of the 7th, and your score is 4-1 in favor of the visiting Panthers of Somerset Academy, and you're watching FSPN, folks. Appreciate the watch, appreciate the likes. Thank you very much for the follows, and we'll be right back with more baseball. Welcome back, high school baseball fans, to Westland Gardens Park, where we have a inter-county game. Broward County team is the Somerset Academy Panthers, and the home team is the Mater Academy Lions, and it's a 4-1 game as we head to the top of the 7th inning. Gerald Barcelo is starting his 5th inning of work. He came in for the starter, which was Anthony Rodriguez, who was not effective. The senior lefty was taken out after just 2 innings, and Barcelo's been here since then. Alan Sanchez is going to lead it off. He's the shortstop for the Panthers. He'll be followed by Mayer Cabrera. Then it's Christian Cordero. And if you're a Lions fan, we don't want to get that far into the order, so I won't even mention the 4th name because they're going to get 3 up and 3 down. They're going to come back and walk it off here in the bottom of the 7th. And if that happens, I'm Nostradamus. Quickly 2-0 to the shortstop, Sanchez. It's just me, Uncle Muggs, trying to do my best in bringing you high school baseball coverage, and that's not going to help. A walk to Sanchez is going to bring up Mayer Cabrera, the catcher. Lions pitching have 10 walks, a hit batter. I mean, they've walked nearly everybody in Hialeah except Senator Rene Garcia, I think. Swinging a check swing foul for strike 2. Quickly ahead of the count is Gerald Barcelo. The left-handed hitting catcher, Mayer Cabrera. Being the home team, you get your last licks. He's going to take a lot of licks to get to the middle of that Tootsie Roll. And there goes Sanchez. Castillo's throw is high and goes into center field, and he stays on second. Inside for strike 3. Can't tell you how much the Lions needed that. Now he's got to do it again with Christian Cordero. He's the 4th batter. I'll tell you, Mora and Sanchez are pesky on the bases. I mean, they take huge secondary leads. You know, they're running around. They're challenging you to try to throw to a base. No surprise that both of them are the dirtiest guys on the field. A lot of hustle, a lot of grit in this Panther team. They're earning my respect. And I thought there was just a little team from Broward coming over to play the Lions, but we're in for a surprise. And that one's hit right at Fernandez in center field. There's no tag. There's going to be 2 outs. And it's going to bring up Chris Rodriguez, the second baseman. Panthers ready to play today and to bring it to the Lions. So win, lose, or draw. Much respect for the Somerset Academy Panthers, and if any team in Dade or Broward is watching this game, watch out for this team. They're not going to go away, and they're pesky. They may not have a lot of superstars, but they play like a team, and they do the fundamentals right, and they run the bases incredibly. 1-1 the count to Chris Rodriguez. It's like throwing 4 interceptions. And there's a shot to right field. Hootie's going to get it. It's going to be the 3rd out. The Panthers are going to leave 1. They're going to get none. And they're 3 outs away from an upset. You're watching FSPN. Don't go anywhere. You never know.
You're watching the Florida Sports Programming Network.
Welcome back, everyone, to FSPN's coverage of South Florida High School Baseball, where we have a game between the Somerset Academy Panthers and the home team, the Mater Academy Lions, and I might as well put you on upset alert right now. It's 4-1 in favor of the visiting Panthers, and that's right, 4-1. Bottom of the 7th inning, the Lions are desperately going to bring up Brian Fernandez from the left side. Then it's Alfred Rosario, Heldy La Rosa, Andy Castillo, or possibly a pinch hitter, and then it'll be the first batter, Iker Noguera. They haven't been able to figure out this left-handed junior. His name is Karim Amir. And I got to hand it to Juan Mora and his Panthers. He's got them dialed in. They're a scrappy bunch. They run good. They play good defense. And if Amir gets pitching like this, they're not going to get anything from him. There's a ground ball to the right side. That's going to be one out. These Panthers are 2 outs away. And here I thought before the game, it was going to be the other way around. I thought it was going to be the Lions. And that's how the way it started. The Lions got 1 run right away in the bottom of the first inning. And then it's been nothing but goose eggs ever since. The Panthers scored 4 in the top of the 3 on the third. And they haven't been able to figure out this junior lefty, Kareem Amir. First pitch swing and a foul ball there by Alfred Rosario. Now it's a long season. There's a lot of games left. But this hole's just getting deeper and deeper. And I know some of this is going to hurt for those guys hearing this on the Matter Lions. And they're my buddies. They're my friends. I know them all. But it's tough, and it's just not going to get any easier. Rosario gets on. There's a little glimmer of light. So I'm going to leave the candle on. I'm not going to turn it off just yet. But we're going to need more than that. We're going to need a whole barn fire. There's enough botanicas here in Hialeah. We might have to raid a botanica. Does anybody own a goat? We need a goat, a couple chickens. We need everything we got. Pull out all the stops here. Hildy steps in with 1 out and a runner on first. There's a ground ball that's going to find a hole. There's a base hit. All right. No apague la velita todavía. In fact, run and get some more. We're going to see a pinch hitter come in here for Andy Castillo. Medeiros is coming in, number 3, a pinch hitter for the catcher. So with 2 outs, runners on first and second. 1 out, runners on first and second. Bottom of the 7th inning, it's 4-1 in favor of the visiting Panthers. Now the tying run comes to the plate. And the head coach, Juan Mora, comes to the mound. And I'm going to give Kareem Amir a standing ovation. If he gets yanked, I'm going to start the wave. I'm going to do a one-man wave. He gives him a hug. Let's see if we're going to have to take a break or not. He puts both hands on his shoulder. He gives him that speech. Let's see what happens here. It's getting interesting. And he's going to leave him in there. Boy, that's having faith. And you got to love it as a pitcher. He could have taken him out, but he's going to give him a chance to get the CG against a really good team on the road. 4 games. They play Deerfield Beach, Doral, Coral Springs, Charter, and then it's American. But right here, it's 2 outs. There's a strike to the pinch hitter. 1 out in a 4-1 ball game. Bottom of the 7th. The home team is getting their last at bats. 3-run homer will tie this game. There's a ground ball to third base. It's going to go off the glove. They're going to send Rosario, and it's going to cut the lead in half. La Rosa goes all the way to third base on the hit. Good stop by Cabrera behind the plate. Did that get a piece of Noguera? It sure did. It's going to load the bases. And here's a guy that's due. A guy that's been due. He's overdue. He's the Miami-Dade commit, the left fielder, number 27, and he's going to face a new pitcher. We're going to be right back after this. Thanks for watching, everyone. Don't go away. This is getting good. Uncle Muggs here bringing you the best coverage of South Florida high school baseball. That includes Dade, Broward, and Monroe County, because last week we were in the Keys, and we have a good one here. There's a new pitcher on the mound for the Somerset Academy Panthers. His name is Luis Rivera. He's a right-handed pitcher. He's going to be facing Jonathan Espanda with the score 4-2, bottom of the 7th. So this is it. If the Lions score, Just like I said, the roof is going to blow off this place, and we don't even have a roof. A long ball here will give Muggs a cardiac arrest. First pitch to Esponda, hit into right field. Oh, my goodness. We might have a tie game. Here goes one. Wow, that's deep in the corner. Here comes the second. They're going to send Hootie. No play at the plate. We have a walk-off. That's the end of the story. We're going home. Wow, unbelievable. The Lions come back and they win again. The Lions win, and they're chasing them down the field. Check this out. Now, this is fun to watch. This is fun. He's out there in left field. Esponda was due for a hit. Luis Sanchez came in. Much needed victory for the Lions. Uncle Muggs needs una patillita para corazón. I want to thank everybody for watching us. I want to thank Florida State Termite. I want to thank Athletic Director Butch Canicero. I want to thank everybody at Matter, Humberto, Tito, Fahim, Ricky Rojas, and the man himself, Alex Tamargo. Thank you for gifting us with this wonderful facility. Thank you for gifting us with this great team, this great coaching staff. And we'll be back on Monday with a great game. Remember to watch on Sunday. We have Inside the Park, myself and Chappie. We're going to recap all the games. This has been Uncle Muggs, and it's my pleasure once again to bring you this game. We'll see you again. You're watching FSPN. No está la patillita, corazón.